Joseph, hey, congratulations on the Exorcism of God.
Thank you, Gig. Thank you, man.
You know, I want to point out before I ask you any questions is this is an exciting opportunity to meet you. It's because, just this week I talked to Will Smith for King Richard. Bel Air is the revival of a show, and now I'm talking one of the my favorite characters from my childhood, Fresh Prince of Bel Air with you. This is amazing.
Oh man, you're very kind. You've been a lucky man. You've been to have spoken with Mr. Charisma, one of the nicest men in the world. You're lucky. And now you're talking to me.
That's right. That's right. And this is a frightening movie. But Joseph, tell us what initially attracted you to this project.
Like every actor, I want to act, but the title. I mean, how can you exorcise God out of anything? It's fascinating. And of course, Alejandro, our director, and my wanting to expand the 6 or 7 films that I've ever made, and just the magic of it. Yeah. It's when you look at the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and you look at Jeffrey and the kind of English butler in an American family, we had never really seen a Black Roman Catholic exorcist. That somebody with religious fervor, with an urbanity that is witty in itself, but also with this backstory that we don't quite know, but we know that anyway. I can't say too much. It's like being Hawkeye and Chingachgook. I mean, it's Pathfinders, man. It's a role that any actor would give an arm for. It was fantastic. I mean, for Alejandro and the people to choose me was just wonderful. Just wonderful.
So how did you want to approach your character? Because you're playing a priest, and I can't imagine memorizing all those, incantations and rituals and making it look so real, as like a real exorcist there.
Well, it's that moment where with the candles and oh my God, the circle. It's the magic of being an actor, and especially an actor in movies, is that you get moment. If this were on stage, it would be artificial in the sense that the audience had to fill in the blanks. Their imaginations had to fill in the blanks. With the exorcism, that moment is real because the room is dark and yet the camera moves and you see the faces, the music, the sound comes. It just anyway, to your question, I'm an actor. My job requires me to learn things, to learn to say things, to coin sentences, words, thoughts, ideas for the first time. And that's all I try to do, and make it, everything I say, it just occurred to me. It's not something that I spent, 14 hours learning. And well, I say marvelous things. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful script. I mean, really beautiful script.
Well, we know that you've done a few films. You did an excellent TV show, but you're also a very good theater actor. Do you use the same approach when you do like on stage compared to on screen, or you approach them differently?
Well, I was going to say, no, they're all natural. No, there's a certain dramatic excitement that you have on stage, and the lungs open and the voice resonates, which is great in a big hall. When you have a camera right up to you, and you have a dramatic moment, and just the breathing in, it's too big. So that was my problem. I mean, there were moments when, so I always had to remember what I was doing and where I was. But I was lucky enough that Alejandro was able to sort of, before we approached any shooting, but we talk about it, and he'd say, now you remember that I'm right in, and you don't have to do anything. Now for a stage actor, not having to do anything is a curse. It really is. I mean, that's, I'm supposed to act. So yeah, I had a lot of learning to do, and I had an excellent teacher, and Will, and my scenes with Will were fun because we just kind of waltzed with each other. It was great. But yeah, there are different approaches. The approach to the stage is entirely different to the approach to the film, and yet they are the same thing, which is mind-boggling.
Well, I guess it helps to be in a horror movie, because that set, that production set, looks terrifying, and not to mention all the women with their makeup is probably even more terrifying. What was it like for you? Because for me, it looks scary watching it. I can't imagine what it's like for you on the set.
That moment in when we're walking down the corridor, and we filmed this in this I think it was a shoe factory. It was vast. I mean, vast, with all these little cubby holes and different places. Doors lead downstairs, and the doors lead into the wall, all sorts of things. And so we're walking, and then we're attacked by the entity, and she appears to come out of the ceiling and stuff. And to us, she did come out of the ceiling, because the smoke and stuff, we couldn't see it. Oh my God, it was terrifying, absolutely. And of course, she attacks me, and I have to beat her off, and she really attacks me. Just, oh, wonderful, wonderful.
So what's going to be next for you? Are you going to stick around in films, or are you going to go back to theater again?
Well, I would, I'd stick around in films. Yes, please. But people have been asking me, and I'm certainly doing a big Shakespeare this summer, and it's probably a Tempest. But I would certainly like to do some more. I have a something on Netflix, but we're talking about on demand here, not Netflix. So, but yeah, I will continue to do what I've always done, is try to be a good actor.
And I can tell you have fun being an actor. So
I love what I do. I really do. I really do. And I've been lucky enough to work with some extraordinary people, and on some really exciting material. Just wonderful material. Most
excellent. Well, Joseph, hey, thank you for speaking with me. You allowed me to check another box from my younger years. So I really do appreciate this.
Thank you, Greg. You take good care, sir.
Hey, thank you. Bye now.